What is it about arcade video games that can reduce grown men to teenagers again? Simon O'Brien was born in the 60s, just in time for the invention of video games a decade later. Tonight, we've given him the chance to experience an electronic blast from his past. This film does contain some flashing images.
Video games? You find them everywhere these days.
Whether on your smartphone, your PlayStation or your Wii, everyone seems to be playing them in some form. Even the Prime Minister, David Cameron, apparently plays Fruit Ninja on his phone.
But back in the day when I was young, video games were a newfangled thing. They only became mainstream in the 1970s. And in 1978, we saw the birth of the daddy of them all, Space Invaders. But if young lads, such as myself, wanted our fix, we had to head to the likes of Blackpool and into the video arcades.
But we're leaving behind the glitz and glamour of the Golden Mile in search of arcade heaven, 2015 style. And we found it in the most unlikeliest of places.
Those early video games changed the world, but they now mostly live on only in the memories of old gaming has-beens like myself. However, thanks to the obsession of one man in Haslingden in Lancashire, I am now going to get the chance to relive my misspent youth. Aliens, watch out. Oh, heaven. Look at this. Hi, is it Andy?
Yeah, it is indeed. Yes, pleased to meet you.
I've got palpitations.
I know, it's impressive, isn't it? A lot of people
it is
come in.
too impressive. I'm supposed to ask you questions, but I might just have a go with defenders. No, I won't. No, tell me about this place. Come on, when did it start? What was your first game?
First games were purchased probably about 20 odd years ago. R-Type, stuff like that, Ghills and Ghosts, Strider. When the main games consoles like Mega Drive came out and the arcades slowly started drifting away as consoles, computers had caught up to the arcades with graphics and sound capabilities.
But what started your obsession?
I've always been into games since that very first Spectrum I had around 1983. Always in a quest. When we first got our first arcade game, which was Arcadia by Imagine on the Spectrum, me and my brother just said, wow, it's just like an arcade machine. We've always been into arcade machines and always loved the fact that you could go to an arcade with all your friends, hang out. It was like an 80s youth club, if you like.
So tell me, what did your wife think of this?
She loves it. She's more into the pinball machines, but she absolutely loves gaming.
Does she, yeah? So you're a match made in heaven, really, aren't you?
Yeah, it's worked out kind of well. There's many women who don't like large arcade machines, either in the house or anywhere else, really.
Although, having said that, you would say that. I think I'd like to ask her the question myself.
You're welcome to, yeah.
Andy tells me you like his games. Is that true?
Yeah, I love pinball, yeah. And my granddad took me to look at pinball machines when I was little. Went to this club where he was doing some work, and I just got hooked on them. Just started playing on them and got hooked on them.
Are the adults well behaved?
Not always, no. We once had one guy push one of the kids off the machine to get on it.
Seriously?
Yeah. Yeah.
Get out the way.
Just pushed the lad out the way so he could get on it, and then the lad came and complained to us, so we told him to get off, and obviously he apologised.
Yeah. How many games do you have?
There's over 120 machines in here, including pinball machines and the hydraulic machines by Sega.
Is it just arcade games? I mean, do we have PlayStations, Xboxes, modern games?
Yes, we have PlayStation 4s. We do an event with Manchester Battle Arena every month where they come in and play fighting games against each other and different tournaments up and down the UK. So we do embrace modern gaming as well as old classic gaming.
Okay, so you're not just stuck in the past like me?
No. A game's a game. It's a good game, no matter when it's from.
One other question. Do you have an Asteroids game?
We have Asteroids, yes. It's just over there by the entrance. You probably missed it when you came in.
Asteroids. What I love about Asteroids is the graphics are so simple, but every game is different. It has a style that still holds my attention today. Not as good as it once was, though.
Well, there's not many places around in England that do this, and arcades have started to disappear all over the country. So it's great to have somewhere that's brought them all together. There we go. Somewhere that's brought them all together and got some of the old ones out as well, you know? I don't think people's desire to come to a place and play video games socially went anywhere. It was just the cost of the machines and some of the, you know, when they became very expensive to play. I think that's what contributed to them starting to disappear.
I haven't seen an old cathode tube for many, many, many years.
Yes, most of them will be based on that technology.
Yeah.
The tubes will actually last for a very, very long time. For you to lose a tube, you'd be very, very unlucky. It's the actual circuit board at the back that causes the problems. We've been 30 years old, all the components have gone out of tolerance, and eventually they'll just go bang if you plug them in.
Yeah.
I just love video gaming in general. It's so fun and so competitive.
I wasn't very good at the driving games, and I'm still not, but things like Pac-Man and Frogger are fantastic.
I've actually flown in from Warsaw, so yeah, quite a long way.
There were arcade games before Space Invaders, but Space Invaders completely changed the planet because for the first time, the machine fought back. For millions of teenagers, this was their introduction to another world. It came out in 1978. I cannot tell you what a revolution it was for teenagers like me at the time.
I guess I was just at the age where when I was first old enough to go on holiday with my parents, they were just coming out, so it was something absolutely brand new.
I remember skipping school occasionally, afternoon periods, and heading down to my local arcade to play Tekken 3 with my friends. So it was definitely misspent. But I work in the games industry now, so I like to think that it's put me on the right track.
Cleared the screen. It all comes back to me. Boys loved all the kind of killing aliens, Space Invader kind of games. But Pac-Man was the first one that really engaged the girls. So in a way, it was probably the most important of all the games.
I think it's because it's so interactive. It's a great way to spend a Saturday evening. It's good family entertainment. Everybody can come, young and old, really.
The graphics feel old-fashioned, but the games don't feel old-fashioned.
I make them for a living, still love playing them, still love coming playing old stuff, new stuff. So yeah, absolutely. I think we need a lot more places like this around the country.
What an incredible place that Andy and Gaynor have created here. It's just everyone's dream come true. Anyone of any age would love playing these games. But I guess the serious point is that next time you look at your smartphone, don't forget that it all started with these arcade games. Come on, aliens.
Now, my favourite was Pac-Man, but that was all I could play. That's it for this week. We're back next Monday. Until then, goodbye.